Men, what things do you enjoy that are typically considered girly? I wear aprons that were my grandmother's when cooking. They make me think of her standing at the stove, preparing her excellent dinners. I don't care if they are for ladies, one of them even has honeybees and sunflowers. Aprons are like a jersey for cooking. When you put one on, it's game time, baby. Apron equals cooking armor. Oven equals warhorse. Spatula equals lance. Fry pan equals shield. Chef's knife equals sword. Food processor equals siege engine. Food delivery and restaurants equals mercenaries and privateers. My favorite color is purple. Apparently that's girly. Edit. Hell yeah, looks like I'm not alone. Well, Mace Windu had a purple lightsaber specifically because Samuel L. Jackson asked for a purple one because it's his favorite color. So if anyone disses on you liking purple, get ready to open some fkin windows. It also worked in the lore of Star Wars. His fighting style is a mix of Jedi defensive blue and the dark side red. That's why he was the most powerful Jedi at dueling. There's names for the technique and even how the crystals are chosen to make said color, but I don't recall them off by hand and don't care to Google them at the moment. But there's definitely enough there to get you lost for a few hours. Purple is the color of royalty, my dude. Kings and rulers have worn it for hundreds of years. The most honorable metal in the military is the Purple Heart, so wear your favorite color with confidence and pride. I'm a straight guy with no artistic talents whatsoever. I fucking love musicals. Picking and arranging flowers. It's beautiful out there right now. My dad used to pick from our rose bushes every summer and make arrangements. I loved it, but my uncles would make fun of him. I love being the little spoon. She can be my jetpack. There are two kinds of people in this world. People who like being the little spoon and fucking liars. Everyone likes being the little spoon. It makes you feel safe. I do parallel beads and then started cross stitching. It's a great activity that doesn't require a lot of thought and helps me de-stress after work. People will sometimes give me shit for it until they see what I make, and then they usually want to buy something, lol. Sing along to female-led vocals in music. The majority of music I listen to right now is female-led. Damn straight I'm singing about the guys that broke their hearts. Getting fucked in the ass. That went from 0 to 100 real quick. Fucking a guy is my big sexual dream. Unfortunately, such cute guys seem to only exist on the internet and are not interested in women. Girly shampoo and conditioner are so much better than men's. Especially if you have a manly mane. It's like men's shampoo is specifically designed to turn your hair into tow. I take a nice long bath with bubbles and wine, sometimes champagne, to relax, usually about 1-2 times a year. I can see why girls are always having baths with bath bombs, candles, and wine. Maybe a book. It's very relaxing. I see it as a girly thing, but I ain't got no shame about it. I mean, I'm even a stereotypical bro, and I love my baths. Seriously, my name's Kyle. I drink Monster Energy. I ride dirt bikes, lol. The thing with baths as a girly thing is that women's preference for baths is just pure biology. The difference between male and female physiology leads to women being much more likely to enjoy baths than men, because women are much more likely to fit in the damn bathtub. Dude, there is nothing better than a hot bath and a cold beer or red wine after I spend 8 hours on a 90-degree day baling and stacking hay. Cross-stitching. It sounds super stupid and something that old ladies do. I was an intern at my church and we were putting on a craft camp for kids. I had to learn how to cross-stitch in order to teach kids how to do it. It ended up being so much fun. I have made all kids of Star Wars and comic book characters as well decorations. That's awesome. I'm a girl and I wish I could do more crafty things like that. Respect to you, sir. When my wife is out of town and I have the night to myself, I will oftentimes take a long hot bath. Maybe even with bubbles, use my wife's nice skincare products afterward, put on my bathrobe, and have a nice herbal tea while I watch old movies. My wife doesn't know I do this. I can't wait until the day my wife returns unexpectedly to find her husband spa-dayed the fuck out, just chillin'. Pedicures for sure. My girlfriend took me and it was amazing. I fucking love Bath and Body Works. Those 3 wick candles, baby. This is literally how you can tell if a guy has ever lived with a woman for any considerable length of time. At first it's like okay sure I'll light a candle while we watch this documentary, and then it's like I'm going to play some League of Legends, but first let me light this wood wick candle mayo. When I was a bachelor in college with a decent apartment to myself, I noticed girls were most impressed when the place was smelling good and it was clean. That was the key to a second date. Being excited over love stories and the like. I legit get so excited for romance whenever I'm reading. I get so into the characters' feelings and I so want them to be happy. When a romance plot ends badly, it absolutely breaks my heart and I just sit there and cry for a while. Soaps. Fancy fucking soaps from the fancy soap store. Regular soap is just shit after that. You know you're an adult when a splurge is a fancy soap. Sitting down to pee, nothing's better when you're half asleep. As someone who works in the medical field and way too often has to clean up after men using the restroom, why the fuck do you guys not sit down? I would think that as long as it was a regular toilet, your balls won't drop into the water or anything. Or do they? I have the elderly dudes I help sit down when they pee. Some of them won't, but I try really hard because inevitably, they miss and I'm stuck cleaning up piss when all they had to do was sit. I am not salty at all, haha. Edit. Also, is there a reason that some of you refuse to sit on the toilet when you're shitting? Do you really have to hang your ass in the air, push as hard as you can, and shit all over everything, walls included? Edit. Okay, I get it. Some of you guys have bigger or saggier balls and don't want things falling in. Those of you who are saying I refuse to sit on a public toilet are big babies. It's not going to hurt you. Women have to sit on toilets all the time and nobody has died because of it. You're in a public bathroom, touching your germy dick with your germy hands anyway. Sit on the toilet. Have feelings that I am comfortable acknowledging and sharing, as well as verbally expressing concern for my male friends. Often I hear "don't be a pussy" from my friends and male co-workers that I socialize with when I bring up feelings in any context. I'm not kidding. The majority men of my generation are not comfortable with their emotions or sharing their emotions thanks to being socialized away from them. It's a leading cause of middle-aged men becoming lonely, having no idea on how to address it, and then committing suicide. I braid my hair when alone, and if I have time I can make all the basic braids. Pigtails, French, Dutch, milkmaid, crown braids and so on. I know how to weave ribbons through my braids, flowers and other decorations. I braid my GF's hair and her friends. They think it is amazing. I don't think anyone has any idea I practice on myself. I'd really like to wear one of those German style dresses and have long braids, but that's another story. I like going to small towns that are big on wineries and artsy crap. I enjoy wine and walking around looking at stuff in shops. Hugging. My wife and I wear the same size clothes. If she buys a pair of pants that I think I can pull off, and that actually has pockets, you're goddamn right I'll wear them. Shopping for clothes. I love getting new things to wear. Yesterday myself and my fiancée went clothes shopping for our honeymoon. At the first shop my so asked me if I wanted to head to menswear while she gets her stuff and we meet at a designated time. I suggested we stick together and help each other pick clothes. Neither of us are big shoppers, so we were estimating maybe 3 hours if we zip around. It was a big shopping center with loads of shops. It turned into an epic 7-hour shop. I thought I would hate it, but instead really enjoyed it. Both of us ended up with clothes we both love and it was a really nice experience. To cuddle. Everyone should like cuddling. Seriously. It's one of the best things ever. Every time I go out drinking I get the girly cocktails while everyone else gets their super wheaty IPAs and whiskey on the rocks. I'm out to enjoy myself, not to burn my esophagus trying to prove my manliness. I don't judge guys that get fruity or sweet or the more typical girly drinks on a night on the piss. They taste good, but after one they make my stomach hurt while I can drink whiskey all night and only pay for it the next day. Rom-coms. Baking and sewing. Grocery shopping. And I'm really picky at it too. I will look at 2 brands of bread for 5 minutes to make sure I make the absolute right decision. I once spent around 10 minutes clicking pens to make sure I found the perfect one. Shaving my legs. Sometimes I shave my arms too. I just love how smooth my legs feel afterwards. I enjoy dressing up as a woman, but I swear I'm not trans, I think. Doing my wife's nail polish. She tends to make a mess of it, and I used to be into Warhammer. My husband painted my toenails for our wedding equals. Musicals. The singing is so impressive, the songs are epic masterpieces, and it's not like these people do one good recording session in a booth and that's it. Night after night they perform these amazing complex songs, and it is truly magical. Friendship bracelets. Call me maybe. I like wearing thongs.